Good evening, Mr. and Ms. Internet and all our ships at sea. It's Wednesday, it's 5 o'clock, it's time once again for the Freeway Forum here, coming to you live and direct on the world famous 405 freeway in beautiful, sunny Southern California. My name is Atari and I will be your host for this journey into madness, this journey into our psyche, this journey into popular culture, and until such a time as I actually get out of traffic today. So, I want to know. There's a lot of people. Oh, Barbie just shared this video. Thank you, Barbie, for sharing this video. And anyone else who happens to be watching, please, if you're enjoying this, if you're enjoying the Freeway Forum, do share the video. Get as many people in here as we possibly can manage, and we're gonna have a good time talking about food today. Food sustenance. I'm loving it. I want to know, what is your favorite fast food joint regionally? Now, of course, being from Atlanta and living now in Southern California, I have experienced quite a many different sort of regional fast food favorites. So I do have opinions. On this matter. But I want to know your opinions. I want to know what your favorite fast food joints are. I want to know what your favorite entrees or items at these fast food places are. And I want to know who has the absolute worst, trashy, disgustingly nasty fast food too. And any stories that you might have about fast food. Russell asks, is Waffle House fast? Now, Russ, you do know that Waffle House, their motto literally is good food fast. So yeah, I will count the Waffle House. I'll give the Waffle House a pass on this one, even though they have servers and so forth. But yeah, they're fast food. Definitely the Waffle House. Definitely is. It's also up there on my like top 5. That's like my short list, top 5 fast food places in the country. Now I don't know if if you're asking because Waffle House is good or because Waffle House is terrible, because both of those subjects are fair game today. So I do want to know. I love the Waffle House myself. I do miss running down to the corner and getting a Texas cheesesteak platter, scattered, smothered, and covered with a little Casa de waffle picante sauce there. That is some good eating, especially when it's like 2 o'clock in the morning and the bars are closed and Taco Mac's been closed for like an hour, so you need to go somewhere and sober up a little bit. Spent many nights at the local Waffle House. Cheers, as we called it, so many nights at the Waffle House. Good memories of the Waffle House. Also, some kind of bad memories at the Waffle House. And yes, Waffle House is much better than Denny's. It's like night and day. They're like two different. They're like two entirely different things. Like, you cannot compare the Waffle House to Denny's. It doesn't work. Denny's, like, the closest thing you could compare to Denny's is probably the IHOP. They're right about the same kind of level there, where they're trying to be fancy, but they're not. Like, they're a diner. They can't be fancy. I'm sorry. It's just not the way it works. But the Waffle House is pretty fantastic. I love the Waffle House. And Denny's is just a poor substitute for the Waffle House. It just does not work. That Howard's Coffee Shop in Cyprus, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. They're not Waffle House, but they're pretty darn good. At least they got the right kind of waffles. They got good waffles at Howard's Coffee Shop. Anyway, so I want to know about your favorite fast food places besides the Waffle House. because we've already established Waffle House is a category of its own. It might count for fast food, but I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments. Do you think that Waffle House is a proper fast food joint? You let me know in the comments there. Does it count amongst the McDonald's and the Taco Bells and the Paneras of the world? Cookout is amazing. I love the Cookout, and Cookout is definitely on my short list. Cookout is absolutely something where I have to go there whenever I'm in a market that is served by Cookout. Unfortunately, they don't go any further west than like Eastern Tennessee, I think, or maybe Alabama. Fast food. John says fast food has to have a drive-through. Now, I will argue against that, sir. I will argue against that because not all fast food has a drive-through. The Sonic for a long time did not have a drive-through, and then I remember when they retrofitted the Sonics to have drive-throughs. And there was another. I've seen McDonald's that don't have drive-throughs, and now what about all the food court places too? Now, because food courts also count as fast food, and they don't have drive-throughs, obviously. Panera also fits in the fast food category, and that is actually defined by the American Restaurant Association. Panera actually fits in that fast food category, so I'm going to count Panera, even though Panera does not have a drive-through. And I'm going to count Subway, and Subway's interesting because I have seen Subways with drive-throughs, and that was just strange and terrible for me. Like that is a weird concept for me. A Subway with a drive-through. That Cookout by KSU is not bad. That was the last one I went to. So Cookout is pretty damn awesome, and I love me some Cookouts, and I love me some Hush Puppies. Okay, QSR is a quick service restaurant. Yes, so like counter service, but not like bottom of the barrel. So we're gonna count QSRs. There's a Panera with a drive-through. There's everything on Barrett now. Good Lord. A Panera with a drive-through. What on earth will they think of next? Now, Chipotle I also count as fast food. So we're gonna extend this. We're gonna say fast food and QSR, quick service restaurants, because there seems to be a bit of a semantic debate as to which one actually fits where. So, in my opinion, when I say fast food, I'm talking everything from Taco Bell through like Panera, Chipotle, Zaxby's, counter service, quick service, but not, counter service and quick service, but not like hipstery kind of like that sort of QSR fast food. Chipotle is strange, it's terrible, and so is Subway. Thank you, John. So Panera and McDonald's, apparently, anything that like you could go like for your lunch break at work, like you would generally go to for a lunch break at work, like your hour lunch, or stuff that would commonly refer to into what my stepmother calls burger doodle. If it's like sub $10 generally for a meal, less than $10, generally less than $10 for a meal. Now there's some places where you don't have to work too hard to get a meal for more than $10 off the menu. I can go to McDonald's and I can spend like $12 on food at McDonald's because I order certain things a certain way. Generally, I'm ordering like a QPC and a six piece of nuggets and a drink, something like that. That's like right at $10, $11. Depending on my market, I guess. But how do we define these restaurants? So we're looking at whether it has a drive-through or not, whether it is counter service or not. Like I said, I'm lumping QSRs into the fast food So like Chipotle and Zaxby's and Panera and all these guys, they all count. McDonald's is the worst thing you can ever buy. So apparently John's answer for the worst fast food is McDonald's. Let me tell you my worst fast food story. And Barbie knows this story. So this was, 2010, 2011, something like that. And like the first time I'd ever spent maybe the second time I spent any real time in California. And when was this? Barbie, chime in and tell me and remind me when this was. I think this might have been when I was on spring break and I was out here. Hard to go wrong with a Zaxby's salad. Absolutely correct. I do love a Zaxby's salad. A little honey mustard dressing on there. Call it a day. Good eating. So we had gone out like doing something, and it was late at night, and coming home hungry. And Barbie says, "Let's go to Jack in the Box and get tacos." And I'm like, "Jack in the Box? Tacos? What? Jack in the Box is a burger place. Why do you get tacos at Jack in the Box?" And she's all like, "Oh my God, this is the best food ever. It's like the best late night drunk food ever." And I'm like, okay. Generally I'm like, yeah, it was the Jack in the Box tacos that I had a bad experience with, and that's what I'm leading into. So we got these Jack in the Box tacos. And if you've never had a taco from Jack in the Box, like, imagine like the like crappiest corn tortilla with like Taco Bell meat in it, lettuce, stuffed it with lettuce, and then a slice of pasteurized processed cheese food product. Like the Kraft American singles, a slice of that in there, and then they take that whole thing, fold it over into a taco, and then they deep fry the whole goddamn thing like together. So it's like fried lettuce and nastiness. Oh God, it's terrible. It is so terrible. And so Barbie was like, "This is the best thing ever." As you can see, she's like, "It is fried and yummy. Best hangover cure." No. A double order hash brown scattered smothered covered is the best hangover cure. Maybe get it chunked. Maybe get it chunked and topped. If you just really bad off. But good Lord, the next 2 days I was like, I was sick off of that thing. Good Lord, I got it. Oh God, it's terrible. It's so terrible. Oh. Fried lettuce, yes! Fried shredded lettuce. It is disgusting. And people love this thing. People like drive to the Jack in the Box late at night to go. People order delivery of the Jack in the Box tacos because they deliver with DoorDash now. And oh my God, it's so terrible, and I don't understand it, and it terrifies me, and it scares me, and it's just, oh, terrible things. I threw up all the alcohol. Yes, I did throw up all, yeah. Thanks, Barbie. Yeah, it's the best hangover cure because it makes you throw up. Oh, no. That's when you have alcohol poisoning. This was not alcohol poisoning. I was not that drunk. You're thinking of a different time, and that was in Atlanta where we don't have Jack in the Box. Gosh, what do I get myself into with these things? Anyway, yeah, no, I drove home. I was not drunk. I was so sick for like 2 days afterward. It was terrible. The dang old Jack in the Box tacos. So yeah, never. I didn't even go back to Jack in the Box for, gosh, years. I mean, I just went back to Jack in the Box maybe like last summer was the first time I ever went back to Jack in the Box, and I just got like a regular old cheeseburger, and it was okay. It was fine. Jack in the Box kind of reminds me of, I don't know, it's on par with like Burger King. as far as the quality of the hamburger. You know, it's got that whole like flame broiled kind of thing going on to it. But yeah, it's somewhere between maybe Burger King and McDonald's. But they have weird stuff. They have egg rolls and tacos and stuff like that in Jack in the Box, which is so weird. Waffles and the bacon at Waffle House. Hey, you know what? That's fantastic. You know, waffles and bacon at Waffle House. Rebecca says that her worst experience was getting food poisoning at Wendy's. And there are some Wendy's that I've been to that, I would not doubt that you got food poisoning at some of those locations. So that's, that was a... Wendy's is hit or miss. Like, it's either like good and it hits the spot and it's like exactly what you want, or it's just terrible and you end up so disappointed afterward. I do love Wendy's because you can get like a whole bunch of food for $5, or at least you could. The price has gone up a little bit, but I do like the super value menu at Wendy's. Now, does anybody remember when Wendy's had the buffet, when they had the super bar or the potato bar and stuff like that? There was a Wendy's in Marietta, off the square in Marietta, and I don't know if it's still there or not. I don't think it's still there. But that they had like the solarium, the sunroom, and the no, it was more than a salad bar. It was like a full-on like buffet, like at friggin' Sizzler or Ryan's or something. It was almost every day for 6 years. Wow, that's impressive. If you can, yeah, I am showing my age. That's impressive. You can eat Wendy's nearly every day for 6 years and not manage to get sick off of it. But yeah, the old style Wendy's. This is when I was a kid too, and so this is not a contemporary story. But the old style Wendy's, they had the glass roof and everything, and they had the super bar, and it was like nachos and ground beef and tacos and all kinds of crazy stuff on this thing. It was like salads and potato toppings, and it was amazing. I was like, Wendy's is the best place ever. And then apparently they got too much waste with that and they got rid of it. But yeah, the super bar was freaking awesome at Wendy's. Yeah, well, you know, it's edible. And you know, on that note, John says it's not really good, but it was okay at best. You know, when you're in your late teens, early 20s, it's something, right? So on that note, when I was in high school, I think, because I was broke all the time, when I was in high school and I worked at Walden Books at Town Center Mall there, and shout out to my Walden Books peeps, Robin and Megan. They're probably not watching, but that's okay. Anyway, so I would go on my lunch break, and you had 15 minutes or whatever, and so I'd run down to the food court, and there was a Taco Bell Express. And so what I would do is I would get a double-decker taco, which I don't think they have actual real double-deckers anymore. They just have like the double-decker chalupa or something like that, which is just not a proper substitute for the double-decker taco. The double-decker taco was perfection. That was Taco Bell perfection right there. Double-decker taco and the Crunchwrap Supreme. That's like the top of that is the absolute pinnacle of the Taco Bell menu right there. But anyway, so I would get a double-decker taco and a Dr. Pepper and run back to work and like scarf it down and then get back on the floor. All right, I'm back. So there's that dead spot down by Long Beach Airport again. Anyway, so Rebecca says the best food place around there is a place called Jack's, and it's a burger place. I don't know Jack's, so I'm gonna have to take your word for it. Now, I want to ask everybody who's been to California, so that probably most of you, if you've at least been to California, raise your hand. And tell me, In-N-Out, yes or no? In-N-Out, is that what a hamburger's all about? Is that what a hamburger's all about? I want to know your reactions there. So, In-N-Out, I love the In-N-Out. I love it. It is a fantastic, fantastic place. It is a magical land of certainly the best burgers west of the Mississippi. I know there's a couple of Texans that will probably argue with me over that. So, other than Whataburger, it is quite possibly the best hated In-N-Out. Well, you lived up in you were in Stockton, that area. That's like how can you not like In-N-Out? That's why you live in Alabama now. Sorry, I love you. It's okay. So so people aren't crazy about the In-N-Out. That's interesting, because it's one of those I don't know, I like the In-N-Out. I really do. I have to get it without the spread, because but I found out if you go on the secret menu with In-N-Out, so if you get mustard fried or chopped chilies, oh my god, chopped chilies is a game changer. I love the chopped chilies, and if they cook it with the chopped chilies, it's even better. But yes, when they do it right, they do it right. Mm-hmm. So, and Whataburger is really good. Whataburger kind of reminds me of the Sonic, though. It's like a better version of a Sonic burger. And then they've got the spicy ketchup at Whataburger, and that is très magnifique. But yeah, I don't understand. That's something I don't understand. People who don't like In-N-Out, I can understand if you think In-N-Out is just kind of okay. But please, enlighten me. How do you not like In-N-Out? I want to know. I want to know specifically why you do not like In-N-Out, because that's an alien concept to me. Because everybody, at least somewhat, likes In-N-Out. They like it. It's okay. Like John said, it's okay. I really like it. It is one. It's in my top 5. It's definitely in my top 5. So I want to know what it is that you don't like about it, and that's an object of curiosity for me. So please enlighten me in the comments there. Take your time and write me a nice little synopsis there in the doobly-doo. Let's see. Mandy's here, and Mary is here. Other Mary, not Mary Prime. It just didn't jive with you, huh? Didn't jive with you. The In-N-Out did not jive with you. Now, I do love my Southern food, and I will say Northern California you can't get proper food in Northern California. It's just not going to happen. It does not happen, and they have a different idea of barbecue, and it's just I don't get it. I don't get Northern California. In Southern California, there's enough transplants out here that you can at least get something good. And especially in Southern California, in the Los Angeles area, if you go to Compton or Carson, there's certain areas that have a certain, shall we say, a certain demographic that knows the value of proper food, and I will make a trip. Well, of course, I work in Carson, so. My office is in Carson, so I can go up the street, up Avalon, and go to the soul food place, and I am perfectly fine walking in there and telling everybody hello. It is proper food, and I ain't got no problem with that. Mandy says Chick-fil-A, don't you just love it? Chick-fil-A, taste it, you'll love it for good. That's showing my age right there. Chick-fil-A is pretty darn good, and Chick-fil-A is kind of becoming a thing out here. It's not everywhere yet. It's sort of, there's a few in San Diego, there's a few in Orange County, there's a couple, 2 or 3 in like southern Los Angeles County, like Lakewood, and I think yeah, there is one in Lakewood. There's one in Cerritos. But there's really not a whole lot of them in LA County that I know of. So Chick-fil-A is just starting to become a thing out here. I really miss the Zaxby's. I want a Zaxby's out here, and Zaxby's is pretty dang awesome. Maybe not my top 5, maybe my top 5. I'm not sure. I forgot how many I've counted in my top 5 so far, but you know, Zaxby's is probably my favorite chicken place. First one in Fairfield. I'm assuming that's assuming you're talking about the Chick-fil-A in Fairfield. Zaxby's is pretty phenomenal. I love the Zax snacks. I love the chicken fingers. As we were talking about the salad earlier. Zaxby's is great. The closest thing we have to a Zaxby's in Southern California is it's a place called Otters. Or, no, not Otters. Otters is over there. Otters is the Zaxby's. It's sort of the Zaxby's clone over there. And actually, this place is closer to Otters than it is to Zaxby's. It's called Raising Cane's. Raising Cane's, and it's super simple. Their menu isn't nearly as comprehensive. Like you walk in and you just order however many chicken fingers you want in a basket, however many chicken tenders you want in a basket, and it's like chicken tenders, it's fries, it's Texas toast, and that's it, and that's all they have. And coleslaw. They have coleslaw, which I don't get. So that's, and they have this like sauce that's like a mayonnaise-y kind of sauce, and it's Mary loves the Asian salad. I don't think I've had the Asian salad. I usually just get the house salad when I'm there, but I'll take your word on the Asian salad. It sounds good anyway. It's got like a ginger dressing, I think, probably. Raising Cane's is okay. It's, you know, it's super popular, especially in freaking Costa Mesa. Like, actually, no, like Costa Mesa and the one in Tustin that I've been to. They're both like ridiculously crowded all the time. I don't understand it. It's not that great. I guess it's just because it's different. And my argument is that if, good lord, the 605 is jacked. My argument is that if Zaxby's were smart, they would definitely franchise out here. But nobody's heard of Zaxby's, so nobody wants to open a franchise out here. I certainly don't have the startup capital for a franchise. Maybe I can start a Patreon or a Kickstarter. Would you guys, let me know in the comments below, would you guys donate to a Kickstarter to open a franchise of Zaxby's here in Southern California? Sesame ginger dressing on an Asian salad. That sounds phenomenal. I do like that. Anyway, so yeah, would you contribute to a Kickstarter or a Patreon that was to open a Zaxby's franchise in Southern California? Yes or no? Let me know in the doobly-doo. You know, another one that nobody's brought up, or at least not that I've seen, because I'm trying to watch the comments, but again, I'm driving, so I only glance down when I have an opportunity to. Martin's, they do not have a Martin's out here, unfortunately, and I have a story about Martin's, actually. Well, it's not a good story, but it's a story nonetheless. I do love Martin's. I love a Martin's chili dog. Like, that is probably my favorite chili dog, is the Martin's chili dog. Martin's or of course the Varsity chili dog. Either one of those. They're kind of interchangeable for me sometimes. But Martin's has the apple pies. Martin's apple pie is definitely better than the Varsity apple pie. But the Varsity has peach pie, and they also have like sweet potato pie. It's really freaking good. But no Martin's out here. Martin's is an interesting beast because they're pretty much only open for breakfast and lunch. And so, my Martin story. So Barbie, the first time Barbie had ever come to Georgia, I went down, picked her up at the airport, and Frost and Orange, yes, gotta have my FO. That is a requisite trip when I'm in Atlanta. I've got to go to the Varsity, and I've got to get an FO. Chili dogs and an FO. That you can't beat that. Chili dogs, onion rings, and an FO. O-rings. And anyway, so and they do the chili dogs right at the Varsity. It's just chili and mustard, and that's it. And they got that spice that you can put on there, and that's really good. Mary says she's the only person in the world that doesn't like Martin's biscuits. Yeah, I think you might be the only person in the world that does not like a Martin's biscuit. Okay, so Mary and Rebecca don't like Martin's biscuits, but Rebecca also doesn't like In-N-Out, so her tastes are suspect. Anyway, so we got, so I go down to the airport, I pick up Barbie from her flight, and it's like, she flew a red eye, so it's, 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, something like that, and we're coming up, and she's like, I want to try all the food places, or maybe I was like, you're going to try all the food places, I don't know. Anyway, so it was breakfast, so it's like, do we do the Waffle House? No, we're in the car, we're driving, we're doing road food, we're doing Martin's biscuits. Martin's biscuits for breakfast. Yes! Love the Martins. Love me some Martins. Rebecca says that she's just not a big bread person. Okay, well, if you don't like the bread, you don't like the bread. Whatever. That's fine. To each his own. So I pick up Barbie at the airport. We go to the Martins. And, of course, as always, during breakfast time, Martin's has a freaking drive-through line that is around the building, snaked out into the street, down Barrett Parkway. It's kind of like In-N-Out at any time of the day. So instead of sitting in line at the drive-through, of course I go inside. I'm not waiting in that dang drive-through line. And so we go inside. We get biscuits. I think I got a steak biscuit because I love their steak biscuits. Steak biscuits and sausage biscuits. Those are like the best ones they've got. The chicken biscuits kind of. Chick-fil-A has a better one. If I could get a Chick-fil-A chicken breast patty, whatever thing they call it there, if I could get one of those on a Martin's biscuit, I would be in heaven. That is a combination. That's a winning combination right there. That is hacking your fast food breakfast right there. Rockmart is getting a Chick-fil-A and a Martin's side by side. Good Lord. Oh my goodness. Rockmart, Georgia, just moving on up, isn't it? Yeah, Martin's does always have the line. There was nobody inside, as Barbie said. There was nobody inside. So yeah, we just go in and get it and sit down. And Barbie's like, she's looking at the menu and it's like, what is all this stuff? And I'm like, they're biscuits. She's like, a biscuit? Like, just a biscuit? I'm like, no, it's a sausage biscuit or a chicken. And so, confused by this. By this idea. What do you... Biscuit. In your biscuit. She's like, I just want a biscuit. I don't want meat on my biscuit. I don't like meat and bread together. So she gets a biscuit with gravy, and it's, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I had a phone call coming through, but I will call it back. I will return that call when I'm off the freeway. So Barbie's confused by this concept of meat inside a biscuit, and so she settles on a biscuit with gravy, and it was just sausage gravy, that white pepper gravy on a Martin's biscuit, and that noise is my ringtone, by the way. I was receiving a phone call, but I'm going to call it back. So Barbie gets the biscuit, and it's just like a biscuit on a plate with just gravy all over. She's like, where's the biscuit? I just got like a bowl of gravy. And so here I am on my steak biscuit, and she's just like, she's like, it's too much gravy. What do I do? And I'm like, you eat it. Here's a spoon. Eat it. It's gravy. It's good for you. Barbie is telling Mandy that she's going to be going to Porto's a lot for breakfast when they're here in August. And Mandy asks, "What is Porto's?" Mandy, I will let Barbie explain Porto's, or you can ask your dad what Porto's is, and he will very gladly tell you. It's good food. It's good Cuban food, and it's fantastic, and I love everything about it. Porto's, I would say Porto's is to my dad what like Cookout or Varsity is for me. Well, yes, I know my dad, but I'm telling you, so like it's awkward to say ask our dad. I don't know, it just feels awkward to say something like that, so ask your father or ask my father, whatever. Anyway, so Porto's is to my dad what sort of what like the Varsity is for me. Like Porto's is for my dad when he's here in LA. It is for him what like the Varsity is for me over there. It's a must go kind of like I have to be here. I have to go there when I'm there. It's sort of like In-N-Out is for a lot of people. In-N-Out, they land in Los Angeles, they immediately go to the In-N-Out by the airport because that's like the thing that you do when you visit Los Angeles is you go to the airport In-N-Out. But anyway, so that's all I've really got today. I'm going to be joining you guys in the comments below in a little bit, but that's all I got on the live stream because I'm getting off the freeway now. Thank you all for being here. I will see you all again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. My name is Atari. This is the Freeway Forum. The replay will be available on YouTube next week. YouTube.com/The Airborne Surfer. And you can always find me on Twitter @Airborne Surfer. And of course here on Facebook. Facebook.com/The Airborne Surfer. I will see you all again next week. Love you guys. Thank you for being here. Until next time, tally ho, y'all.